Yo, what's up, everyone? We're playing Remnant from the Ashes. I wanted to bring to you the shotgun crit tank build that I am using. I was playing a sniper one-shot build for a little while. It's a fun build. It got boring after a while because, well, it's a one-shot. And most of the enemies that you come up against, you just kind of aim your gun, pull a trigger, and headshot pretty much downs them. Hit them in the body. If it crits high too, it will one-shot them, or bring them down to 2 shots. It's a great build. It does take a lot of skill to play because you got to line up those shots really good and pretty quickly as well. But after a while, it just got boring because there really was not much going on besides just pulling the trigger, at least in my opinion. So right now, I noticed I was looking for something tanky, and every time I looked for something tanky, it's all it was just really tanky. There was really no crit or anything like that. So I kind of took the best of both worlds of crit and tank and made a shotgun tank build. We're playing on hard mode right now, and this is my second playthrough. Trying to get the gear, trying to finish up the gear I need for it. But let's go through everything that is required for this build to work correctly. So shotgun, obviously. I like to use corrosive aura. Projected 10-meter aura that moves with the caster. Enemies that step into aura will get corroded, and which reduces their defense by 39% and also lasts 30 seconds. This is a great aura as you're running through, as you pop it and you're running through the maps, you'll be able to just debuff all the enemies around you and rip their defenses down to 30%. So when you're shooting their shotgun at them, they just kind of fall to the ground. Even the bigger mobs, like the elites, get a good reduction from this. So your shotgun just make quick work of them. And then the good thing is that even though it's active, it will still, of course, it's always active. So you can now couple it with the SMG. SMG is great, fully automatic weapon, a good magazine, and just really effective at close range. But it's just great to have. I like to couple it with Breath of Desert because this fills up really quick as you're shooting enemies. You can also use Mantle of Thorns. You can for reflecting melee damage taken back because you're gonna be in the front of them. You're gonna be in the front lines taking damage from many melee attackers, and it also reduces melee damage taken from enemies by 24%. So not bad. Also use Mender's Aura if you feel like you're having issues with health. A 2.3 meter healing pool regenerates 10 health per second, lasts 19 seconds. A good 190 health that can be regenerated in that 19 seconds. If you can bunker down in an area and use your shotgun or whatever you have to use, or your SMG, to clear out the wave of enemies that come at you, and you're able to use it that way, that's an awesome deal. Hot Shot's great too because it increases your dealing fire. It increases your ammunition to have fire damage increased by 20%, and shots have a 50% chance to apply to burning. This is great to be coupled with the SMG because SMG has a fast fire rate, so you're gonna have a high chance of affecting multiple enemies with this burning effect, and it deals 285 damage. So this is just some extra options to have, but I like to use this because it just fills up really quick. And then it fills up really quick, and you can have 3 charges with it. 3 charges and shoots out 7 projectiles that would rip apart the enemies. This would be great against this is really good against small enemies, especially guys like in the sewers. Especially guys in the sewers and whatnot. Those little troll-looking things are freaking annoying. But then if you couple it with this, even the bigger mobs with the corrosive aura and this don't really stand a chance. For a melee weapon, I like to use the Petrified Maul because it has 35% chance to inflict additional 100% stagger damage with each hit. The charge attacks have a 100% chance to inflict the bonus stagger damage. So this is a brutal weapon. Each hit has a chance to inflict to deal additional 100% stagger damage, which is just huge. So really worth that. Then the charge attacks are right away, are dealing it right away. So if you can charge up the attack and just hit a bunch of people. The cool thing about this as well, it has rot. It does rot damage. It's a very slow weapon, but it destroys pretty much anything it hits. And it has good AoE not good, but it has a decent AoE damage. So anything that's in the area vicinity will take damage from it. So not bad. Especially when you have a bunch of guys around you that, hey, you may have just shotgun blasted them and you need to reload. This will just finish them off for you. So very, very good weapon to use. Very good synergy. Slayer, the Slayer armor is not the best for this build. This is something that's probably good. This is something that people use for the sniper build. The reason being is because every time you fire the sniper, it's considered a reload. Just because even though you got to the shotgun every time you fire it, you have to pump out the shell. That's not considered a reload. You would either have to waste all your ammo, get down to 0, and then have the character automatically reload, or press R to reload, or your respective button on whatever system that you're playing. I'm on PC. So this is great because after you reload, it gives you a 35% bonus damage if you have all 3 pieces with that weapon that you just used. So for sniper rifles, and then it also gives you a reload speed by 10%, which is nice if you have quick hands treated as well, because that will be if you have it right now. I have it at 12.5%, so it'll be nice 22.5% increase. So, but right now I tried, it works pretty good. It's decent, as every time I reload, I have an extra 35% bonus to go against enemies or what have you, bosses, elites, whatever. I know I'm fighting some elites. I try to reload in between or hide, reload really quick, and come out and give that extra 35%, just to get that big chunk of damage onto the health. Not the best. I'm going after the Ikari armor. The Ikari armor will really play good synergy with this because it will increase my reload speed. It's going to increase my stamina regen and increase my firing speed. It will increase my melee speed, as well as increase my crit damage by 15% for 15 seconds as after you do a perfect enemy dodge, either on ranged or melee attack. So that's the armor going for, the Ikari armor. I had to get the ROM to get it. I didn't see it drop over in normal mode when I first played. So that's right, we're farming until we'll get it. For our rings and amulet, for the amulet, I like to use the pocket watch. It increases stamina regen by 15 per second and reduces the stamina cost by 15%. It's just great because you're up front in the lines and you're just dodging left and right, and it just comes in really handy because your stamina regen is reduced. And having the stamina and reduce the stamina cost by 15 is just great. And then you also have, there's another one out there that you can increases like the hits that you take, decreases the amount of damage you take from hits. So this comes in very handy. But there's another one out there. I'll leave in the description with the link for all these items and where you can get them and how you get them. Next, Stone of Balance increases ranged and melee damage by 10%. This is a great flat rate increase of damage. For this build, you can also use the Band of Strength. Increases increases your melee damage by 10% for 10 seconds after a melee kill. It can stack up to 3 times, so you get a nice 30% damage for 10 seconds. The only thing I like about this is you need to get kills with melee damage to make it work. But yeah, I know you're in front and you're in the front line, so as soon as you swing the weapon, get a kill, you already have 10% increase with your melee weapon. Do that 3 times, and you have some 30% extra damage to your melee weapon. Great if you're fighting enemies that don't take too much damage to kill, and you just have a lot. And using the petrified maul will come in very handy with that. But I like this because it's a flat rate, a very, very nice flat rate. If you're having trouble with melee, you can use the Guardian's Ring to reduce the incoming melee damage by 20%, which is actually I'm doing in this area. For my other ring, I'm using the Mother's Ring right now. I normally use the Root Circlet, which increases your melee speed by 15%, which is great for like close areas, or you have a lot of enemies coming at you. You just kind of like swing, and let them just get hit by a faster melee speed. But in certain areas where I am right now, there's a lot of range damage coming at you. So reducing the range damage 20% is really, really helpful. So I like to use this in this specific area because a lot of enemies are just ranged. It's a very open area, and running up to them quickly is not as easy as it is in certain like dungeons and whatnot. So open areas, this really comes in handy unless you're fighting more melee damage in open areas. Then switch back to here. But it's good if you need to like push something really quick. Check out make sure you get the Sage Stone. I'll leave it in the description where you can get it. So and increases your experience by 35%. But right now, I'm gonna keep this equipped. Whoop, we'll keep this equipped right now. Let's go to traits. So traits, Vigor, 20, obviously. Health, very important to live. Right now, I have 13 into endurance, 32.5 increase to that. Quick hands, 12.5. The quick hands, 10 into this, 12.5% increase to reload speed. Keeper's Blessing. This increases elemental resistance by up by 20. Huge, big game changer if you're getting your ass kicked a lot and you know you have like good armor and whatnot. Maybe put some points into this because elemental is huge, especially when you're having people attack you with like rot and you're getting bleeding on you, radiation, whatnot, whatever. This comes in really handy. You can feel the difference. Will to Live. This is great if you're playing with a friend or whatnot. This is your wounded health. So if you go down, you have 30% more health to withstand while you're waiting for your friend to come res you. Kingslayer. This is your crit. Increases your critical hit damage by 50%. As you can see, we have 100% crit hit damage. Glutton. This is great because it increases your dragon heart, or if you're using things like any of these items in battle, it increases the usage of that. So it's good to have, especially being up front. You don't want to wait like 6 seconds to actually use something. So this is a good decrease of consuming items. Next is Triage. This is good for health gen effectiveness. Again, if you're using like Blood Wart or anything else and increase your health regen, this will increase it more and give you a better effectiveness from your health regen. Executioner increases your critical hit chance bonus, so it's 11% right now, which isn't bad. So you have a higher chance of actually getting that crit hit. Guardian's Blessing. This is your melee damage reduction, very important, especially since you're up in the front lines, getting smacked around. Very important to have. I'm actually going to put another point into Bark Skin because this is increase your overall armor by a certain percentage. And your overall armor is just your damage mitigation right off the bat. So whether it be melee or ranged, it's gonna just decrease the damage coming in for you. So that's the build, flat out right now. It's very handy. I'll leave links in the description on where you can get all these items and traits and whatnot. So it's a decent build. I'm enjoying it right now. Let's be done talking about. Let's go check it out. So we are over. I'm not sure how we're on Earth right now. We're on Earth over right now, and just go around futzing with things and killing them. And I'll show you why we're using the Mother Rings in this area, because the Mother Ring is going to help us out because these guys have lots of range damage, and they hit pretty hard with their ranged, especially on hard mode. So. Here we go. I think a few points starting going to Exploiter will definitely help this build as well for a crit build. But currently it's working pretty well against everything I come against. It hits hard. You know, you get that crit damage, and then the after damage that comes along with it works really well with the damage going on here. So I don't want to take too long, but as you can see, it's working pretty well. It downs enemies pretty damn quick. It does a good job against elites, especially with the aura. The aura just kind of really weakens them, and just takes away the defenses. Especially if the guy with the big gun and has the armor on him. He's in this area. He's a freaking pain in the ass. The defensive Aurum, popping that on him really weakens him, and he can take him down pretty quickly. And then using the SMG and the Breath of the Desert against him just really rips him apart. Elemental damage works against him better than physical damage. So if you can get physical damage on him, it's pretty well. I'm kind of playing like Triage because I'm kind of talking and not really focusing. But I just wanted to show you the capabilities of the build right now. It drops anything pretty quick at everything. It can withstand a lot of hits, and it has a lot of stamina regen going on for it. So let me know what you guys think, and I want to hear what you're using in this game. Let me know what your favorite build is. Is it sniper? Is it assault rifle? Is it shotgun? You know, do you play an elemental type build? Do you play a type of physical build? Do you play all melee? I would love to hear if someone actually plays all melee. That'd be cool. I tried and it was just not fun. But maybe you've got it perfected and you can actually figure it out. And I would love to hear it. So other than that, guys, leave a comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks all.
Whoa. It's over.